All right, if you clicked on this video, you're probably facing a decision, no matter if it's big or small. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact framework I make and I have in order to make decisions. Every single decision I make in my life, and I actually want to make it good, I do these 4 steps. And it's really fucking easy, really fucking simple, and it simplifies every single decision. And it requires only these 2 things, pen and paper. You can use a sticky note, whatever the fuck you want, all right? Now, the first thing you need to do is basically name your decision. Like, it can be traveling to X or doing a Y business, all right? Just name it, write it down. Next up, you basically want to write down what happens if you take that decision. So the first thing I want you to write down is the worst case scenario if you take that decision. So what I want you to do is, what if every single thing goes to hell and shit hits the fan in the worst case possible? You start a business and you lose every single dollar that you invested. You go to Europe or travel and you meet all the shitty people and you invest your time and effort and you bought a flight ticket or whatever that means. Just write it down. What is the worst thing that can happen? From that, I want you to go into another column and write down what is the best thing that can happen. You take that decision, you take that leap of faith, and what is the best thing that can happen within your life? For example, you start a business and within 5 years, it reaches 100 million in revenue. You start posting videos and you suddenly gain, I don't know, 1 million followers within 5 years. Keep it realistic, but like, I want you to envision what is the best thing that can happen if you take that decision. And now you have the worst thing if I take the decision and the best thing that if I take the decision. Next up, what you want to do is, if I don't take the decision, how is my life is going to be? So worst case scenario, if I stay within my lane and do the exact same thing over and over repeatedly, what is the thing that is going to happen? So worst case scenario, you're going to get fired from your job. You're going to stay with the people that you're staying with right now, probably staying within your comfort zone. That's like the worst thing that can happen, right? And now, what is the best case scenario that can happen if I don't take the decision? Again, like to Europe, best thing that can happen if I stay in the United States, for example, if you live in the United States, is, I don't know, you meet the love of your life and you stay within your comfort zone and you stay within your family and friends and you enjoy your life, and it's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but I want you to write down specifically regarding that decision, what is the best thing that can happen if I don't take that decision, I don't take that leap of faith. And the reason I'm sharing this is because I am currently facing that decision right now, up until 10 minutes ago. And until I wrote it down, I just struggled with this decision for the past 2 weeks. It just kept being on my mind and I wasn't able to think straight. And even though I know this framework for the past couple of years and it's guided me with every investing decision I have made in my life, up until the moment I wrote it down and I just actually addressed it. Best, worst, upside and downside, essentially risk to reward. You can name it whatever you want. Until I addressed it and I wrote it down on paper so I can actually see it with my eyes, I didn't have a fucking clue and I didn't have clarity regarding if I want to make that decision or not. And in the next video, you're actually going to see the effect of this decision. So stay tuned. Now that I wrote it down, I know the upside if I take the decision and the downside if I take the decision. And I know the upside and downside if I don't take it and if I stay within my same lane. And sometimes the best thing is not doing that decision because it's going to affect your life. And sometimes the upside is going to be worth so fucking much. You just need to do that thing. So if it makes sense and the upside is big enough, you take that fucking decision. And if it doesn't make sense and the upside is not big enough and the downside is fucking gigantic, you don't take the decision. It's really fucking simple. You just need to quantify it and give it value if I take it and if I don't. It's really, really easy. And this framework has helped me make decisions with hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions, and with my life and with my family life and love life and every single thing. Just quantify it so you can actually value it and just make a fucking decision. Worst thing that can happen, guys, is you go back. If you take a leap of faith, in most cases, you're not going to lose it all. You're just going to sacrifice a little bit of time, a little bit of money. It comes and goes. It's really hard for me to preach because it's really something that I struggle with myself, like procrastination and thinking about things like, and what if, and what if? Just make a decision, commit to it, and once enough time passes, evaluate it, come back to it, and then learn from it. Just move on. And if you have made a mistake, it's a valuable lesson. That's the worst case. So if you enjoyed this video and you gained any valuable information from it, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and click that like button, because it actually helps push this video to the algorithm and more people that probably struggle with the same decision, no matter if it's big or small. I'll see you all in the next one, and I hope I helped you make a fucking tough decision.